Why Indian children are smart. Indians are frequently recognized as among of the smartest people in the entire planet. As Albert Einstein once said, the measure of intellect is the ability to change. Indians have also developed with time, making a substantial contribution to global challenges. You might wonder why Indians are so intelligent. The reason may be in the education system, number system, or academic excellence. So let us explore these factors further. Is there a connection between the number system, number of people, and academic excellence? This article will help you find out. And if you're still not convinced, read on for the answers to your burning questions. This article is a great start. Education. Many Westerners ask the question, why are Indians so smart? But the vast majority of Indians aren't so bright. They've been exposed to the best brains and are financially successful in the West, but the majority of Indians aren't so bright. Perhaps these Westerners never visited India or haven't considered the size and promoting capital of the country. If they wanted to understand why Indians are so smart, they should study the Indian educational system. Number system. The Vedas, an ancient body of knowledge from India, is the basis for the Indian number system. It uses the power of 10 to express numbers. 365 might be 300, 3 by 102, 6 tens, 6 by 101, or 5 units, 5 by 100. The names of these powers of digits were derived from them and played an essential role in India's decimal place value system. The spiritual wisdom of India also contributed to the development of the zero digits. The concept of zero is crucial to binary numbers. This connection is reflected in the concept of yoga, which was developed to teach emptiness of the mind. The concept of nothingness is also central to Hindu and Buddhist religions. As such, the number 0 may be related to the first 0 inscribed on the wall of a temple. Education system. The education system in India ranks 92 among 145 countries. The education system in India was highly effective 30 years ago. The result was that Indian students carried super heavy loads of knowledge. They were also more intelligent, diligent, hardworking, passionate, efficient, and overcommitted. This superhuman workforce left a significant impact on nations outside of India. But the educational system in India needs some revisions. The present education system is so pathetic. It does not let students choose their paths. The report cards of the Education Board play on students' lives. The education system has no right to expect students to be honest and diligent. Instead, students are encouraged to cheat and are scared of getting caught by an uneducated CBSE chairman who does not reply to student emails. The students are not educated enough to be able to identify cheaters. India's education system has helped Asian children to excel in academics in any country. And the educational system in India has played an essential role in this. Indian parents value their children's education and begin saving for it when their children are born. Indian parents consider educating their children the most important achievement of their lives. And that's why they invest so much in their children. It's no wonder that Asian Indian children are the most intelligent in any country. Academic excellence. There are various reasons for academic excellence among Indians, including social class, family background, and education. Fortunately, there is evidence to support this claim. Studies of Indian students from all levels show that they perform more favorably in school than their American counterparts. For example, in one study, Indian students were a full year behind their American peers in 9th grade and more than 2.5 years behind their counterparts at the same age. The study found that the proportion of Indian students who grew up in English-speaking households was higher than that of their native languages. Also, home language is related to academic achievement, as is the differential between expected and desired occupations. Interestingly, students who performed well on these factors had a high level of achievement. Still, their expectations were below their own, perhaps reflecting the fact that they grew up in a minority group. The study found that students from India value education and their grades. They have confidence in their ability and respect their teachers, but they also frequently skip school. As a result, many Indian students face high dropout risks. On the other hand, academic excellence is often associated with a higher degree of confidence and self-esteem. While many factors are associated with academic performance, a high sense of self-confidence, a high sense of personal competence, and a positive attitude toward white people all contribute to higher achievement. Indian educational system. It is a well-known fact that education plays a vital role in developing the individual as well as a nation. Unfortunately, despite some positive examples, India's education system has come under fire from the outside world. This is because the country has been lagging in education for decades. Here are some of the ways the Indian educational system could improve. Read on to learn how to improve your child's education. The Indian education system has a definite impact on the level of intelligence. Kids in the lower classes are required to sit for formal exams. Exam dates are announced well in advance, and students' lives revolve around those dates. Parents often cancel extracurricular activities and sports to ensure their children do not miss important dates. This focus on rote learning means that Indian students tend to excel in mathematics and science but fail in soft subjects such as literature and social studies. The relentless examination schedule of Indian schools crushes the most creative students. This strict testing regime kills creativity. Instead, education in India has become a marathon of hurried, mechanical repetition. In other words, the purpose of schooling has become less about learning and thinking than passing tests. Higher education exacerbates these ills. Students choose colleges based on the perception of others, and this misinformation often skews their judgment. Native resistance to the will of God. One example of native resistance to the will of God is the ghost dance. In the early 19th century, a leader of the Kickapoo tribe along the Vermilion River in present-day Illinois developed a cult following through his religious teachings. His reformed ways attracted followers from other groups, and he managed to stave off removal for nearly a decade. His strategy was passive resistance, in which he presented himself agreeing to the removal while still fending off the settlers. Tinker presents a broad overview of contemporary Native American religion, addressing the liberal co-optation of Native spiritual practices. The author also offers a critical corrective to liberation theology. Tinker argues that the insights embodied by Natives into the sacred other challenge conventional conceptions of God, Jesus' idea of God's reign, and the earth. Tinker concludes his analysis with novel proposals for how to promote cultural survival, sustainability, and the endangered health of Native Americans.
Subscribe.